Hey YouTube, this is your homeboy Seth Martial Art Fitness. I am doing an upper body and lower line striking drill tactics using the hands and the legs. A lot of Muay Thai fighters, a lot of karate fighters, even kung fu fighters, they use this tactic and stuff. But mostly when I train in martial arts, like say if I do bag work, I do the bag work for just to get my cardio up and everything, and just to get a good workout in, and get the heart rate moving and the blood flowing and the joints activated, and so that's what I do, and a lot of people that I sparred with over the years and in both dojos that I trained in, they say, how do you get your um, techniques so strong, your combinations so strong? And I said, so powerful. And I said, well, it's all the back conditioning I do in the gym at home and on my own time of training. And that's what makes you be a conditioned fighter, is that you do bag work. That's the number one rule as being a martial artist. You gotta incorporate bag work. Yes, you can shadow box and stuff, but there was a wise master said, Bruce Lee. He said too much shadow boxing and throwing too much techniques in the air is bad for the joints. Well, he is kind of right on that, because if you do too much of the shadow boxing, or if you do too much of the shadow kickboxing or whatever, it is bad for the joints. I mean, that's what it is, and he is right. Sometimes the next day you will be sore from the shadow boxing, and more than you would be, hitting the punch bag. And me, every time when I hit the punch bag, I never get hurt on it, and I never, when I throw my techniques, I never get hurt when I'm striking the bag, when I'm punching it, or kicking it, and I never get hurt on it. And it's like, and I'm not afraid to get hurt in a sparring match either, because I love to spar, and but the thing of it is that the bag is there to help you condition yourself, to work on certain techniques you need to work on. It doesn't matter if you're a boxer, karateka, taekwondoist, judokan, to wrestling, Muay Thai, Muay Thai Baron, or even Chinese martial arts and stuff like that, like Sanda and all that, or Sabat. That's one of the main techniques that I've learned over the years doing bag work, is that it has helped me to be like, after I would film myself, for YouTube, I would watch the video over to see what I need to work on, and I kind of catch myself doing some mistakes that I need to tweak it up a little bit. And so I even do my own coaching on myself to make me improve every day, and every time I train, or every time I make a video for you guys. It puts me, at a state where, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to practice on when I'm, throwing kicks. And that I just need to tell my mind that, and tell my body that, hey, this is what I need to work on, And that's how I improve on what I know. It's because I also get knowledge from other YouTubers online, and plus I also get knowledge on out of books and stuff that I read for YouTube, from my YouTube channel, on learning some new techniques as well. My way of training is like street survival, basically just, street self-defense. But yes, it can be sports aspect of it. But when I end up, training in martial arts, that's the main reason why I started studying it, was doing it for the streets. I mean, I wasn't doing it for competition. I was doing it more like the old school way, of like the old school karate way, or the old school taekwondo way. Back then it was either kill or be killed back then. And that's how they learned to survive. Or be the strongest and the fittest. And that's the number one reason why I do train, is to be the strongest. Be better than yesterday, to improve on my skills, my tactics, to improve my knowledge on what I know about martial arts for myself. If y'all want to learn from me, if y'all want to get a hold of me, go to SethMcDonald4 Instagram and message me on there, and I'll coach you in martial arts on what I know. I know kickboxing, taekwondo, karate, tai chi, Wing Chun, Krav Maga, and so if y'all want to know those arts, just message me and I'll teach you on what I know. And most of all, I do calisthenics. If you want to get into that, I'll teach you everything that I know on that. If you want to get into weightlifting, just learning the basics, I can help you guide your way on that way yours too. So if y'all want to learn from me, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll try to help you out any way I could possibly can. Like I said, my name is Seth McDonald4 on Instagram. And like I said, please hit the like, subscribe. You'll see me in my next video.